This video is to inform and assist candidates on the College of Education dispositions process at UNC Charlotte. This video will address 5 questions. What are the goals of the dispositions process? What dispositions are assessed? How are candidates assessed? What happens when multiple dispositions indicating a concern are noted? And, finally, where can candidates and faculty find information on working in TaskStream or on the dispositions process itself? What are the goals of the dispositions process? Why do we have this process? The mission of the professional education programs at UNC Charlotte is to prepare highly effective and ethical graduates. In order to reach this end, candidates must couple their knowledge and effective skills with a clear commitment to children, families, colleagues, schools, and communities, and the profession. Professional educators must demonstrate commitment to ethics, leadership, collaboration, advocacy, and continuous growth in order to have a positive impact on others. Therefore, the goals of the dispositions process center around coaching, improvement, and increased impact on others. What dispositions are assessed? The College of Education has adopted 6 areas of dispositions for all candidates. These dispositions are remembered through the acronym I PLACE, as in, I place importance on learning the dispositions. I PLACE stands for each of the following: impact, professional identity, leadership, advocacy, collaboration, and ethics. Please note that counseling has collapsed these groups into 3 areas. Candidates will discuss these dispositions and what they mean to specific content area programs in coursework and field experiences. For example, impact for a classroom teacher may not mean the same as impact for a school administration candidate, yet both may have a positive impact on students in their care. Your course instructors can serve as an excellent resource for discussions about what the specific dispositions look like for your program of study. What are some examples of common dispositions issues for candidates? Most of the dispositions issues tracked through our process are avoidable with some thoughtful consideration and planning on the part of the candidate. Candidates who wish to be considered as strong applicants for education programs and eventually for jobs in schools and agencies should attempt to avoid these issues. Common problems we see on the dispositions assessments may include the following: consistently being late with assignments, not showing up to clinical placements when expected, not using professional language and tone in emails, not dressing professionally for clinical placements, inappropriately using cell phones in schools, and failing to communicate with faculty and school partners when problems do arise. This last one is critical. Many of the problems our candidates encounter could be avoided by proactively communicating with all people involved and by accepting responsibility for their actions. Remember, the purpose of the dispositions curriculum is to assist candidates in their professional journey to become educators. Displaying appropriate professional behaviors is a signal to faculty and community partners that you wish to be acknowledged as a member of the profession as well as a valued future colleague. How are candidates assessed on dispositions? Candidates are assessed in one of 2 ways. First, all program candidates are assessed in identified courses or identified program points using the TaskStream assessment system. And candidates may also be assessed as needed at any time in their program as deemed appropriate by a faculty or P12 school or agency partner. In either case, candidates are assessed on their dispositions. The Assessment for Professional Dispositions form is available on the College of Education website. A demonstration follows. To access the dispositions form or review the specific language associated with each disposition, Go to the College of Education website at education.uncc.edu, click the Resources tab, then click the Professional Dispositions Plan and Information link. Scroll down to find the dispositions forms for faculty and candidates. The files are available as PDFs or as Word documents. Click the link you need to open and save the document as needed. Candidates may be assessed by any faculty or clinical, agency, community partner at any time during their program of study as deemed necessary. When assessing a candidate with this method, faculty complete the form from the co-ed website, meet with the student to share the concern, and coach and develop strategies for improvement. All documentation is sent to the College Dispositions Coordinator. Remember, the goal of this process is coaching and improvement to increase positive impact. Faculty work with students to identify the concern and develop strategies for improvement. All program candidates are assessed on their dispositions in specific courses in each program of study. In all programs, 3 courses have been identified as courses where dispositions will be discussed or assessed with candidates. To see which courses in your programs complete each disposition assignment, go to the College of Education website, click the Resources tab, then click the Professional Dispositions Plan and Information link. Near the top of the page, click the link labeled Department Dispositions Course Chart. This link is updated each semester and includes disposition courses organized by program. The instructor's name for each course is also included. What gets completed at each point in task stream? Program faculty have identified specific dispositions courses for each of their respective programs. At the entry point course for all programs, candidates complete Self-Assessment 1. This self-assessment asks candidates to rate themselves on each area of the identified dispositions. The candidate's self-assessment then is submitted to the course instructor, who rates it as met or not met, meaning that the candidate has either completed Self-Assessment 1 or they have not. No dispositions are assessed by an instructor at the entry point course. The focus of the entry course is on exposure to the dispositions and teaching expectations to the candidates. At the midpoint course of each program, candidates complete a second self-assessment and submit that to their course instructor or program point identified person. The idea here is to allow candidates to assess their growth since their first self-assessment as they have moved through the program. The instructor of the midpoint course then evaluates the candidates on their dispositions using our dispositions rubric. The focus for the midpoint is around evaluation and feedback to the candidates. At the exit point course for the program, candidates affirm their commitment to the dispositions and acknowledge their importance. For undergraduates and graduate certificate candidates in their full-time student teaching semester, no action is required. These candidates are assessed by their cooperating teachers and university supervisors. For advanced program candidates in our MED, graduate certificate add-on programs, MAT, MSA, and doctoral programs, candidates submit this affirmation to their course instructor, who again rates it as either met or not met, meaning the candidate either did it or they didn't. The focus here is to affirm the commitment to these dispositions moving forward in your professional careers. What happens when multiple dispositions assessments indicating an ongoing concern are noted? It is important to remember that one of the goals of the dispositions process is improvement. We want you to achieve success in the role that we are training you for. The process is intended to assist candidates in identifying any behaviors that may prove unproductive in a professional environment. Therefore, with this goal in mind, the dispositions process is built on coaching and remediation, candidate support, and transparency. 2 dispositions assessments indicating an ongoing concern initiate a department faculty review of the candidate's disposition records. The goal of this review is intended to inform faculty of an ongoing reported concern to help the candidate improve. The Department Review Committee has three options. They may allow the candidate to progress. They may allow the candidate to progress with conditions. Usually those conditions are related to remediation and improvement. Or the candidate may be denied progression in the program, but typically this would only be for egregious or repetitive violations of the dispositions. This may sound scary, but remember, the goals of the process are to help you improve and to be successful moving forward. The department review allows faculty to proactively intervene and determine strategies for success before the situation gets out of hand. Where can candidates find information on TaskStream or the dispositions process? The College of Education website has all of our resources available online. A demonstration follows. To access the resources available online for the College of Education, go to the College of Education website at education.uncc.edu and click on the Resources tab. Click the TaskStream information link from the Resources page, or again, use the links on the left. If you have any questions about the dispositions, the process, or logging into your TaskStream portfolio, please ask your course instructor or advisor or visit our website at education.uncc.edu/resources. Emails with technical questions about TaskStream may be sent to taskstream@uncc.edu. Thank you.